Hey scholars, this video is to help you with your May 6th assignment. It is titled The First Crusade Prologue. So if you don't know what a prologue is, it's really the events that are leading up to something. So sometimes you'll get a book or a novel that'll have like a prologue in it. It tells you the events that are leading up to the novel or the events that are leading up to the book. The reason that I'm calling this assignment the prologue to the First Crusade is technically the Crusade hadn't started yet. There were like individual bands of Crusaders who kind of started the Crusades, but it hadn't been officially started by the Pope yet. So that's why I'm calling this the prologue. Make sure you're clear on that. It says, scholars, you learned yesterday that some historians believe that the Crusades were religiously motivated, while others will argue that they were selfishly motivated. You're going to continue to analyze this, but apply it in a more general sense by answering the question, is a holy war a real thing in general? Some historians would argue yes, because people can fight for certain beliefs, and others would argue no, because all war and fighting goes actually against religious beliefs. You're going to open the assignment where it says My Work. It's not a PDF again, so you don't need to open it in a new window. Read the preview of the assignment, review the questions you'll be answering, and then use the linked YouTube video to answer the questions. So same thing as yesterday in a sense. So when you open it up, and I always give this preview, I highly recommend that you read it very carefully. So scholars, as you learned from the video on May 5th, the motivation behind the Crusades can be debated. Some people believe the Crusades were truly religiously motivated and started because the Christians and the Pope wanted to take back Jerusalem. Other people will argue that the Pope and other leaders had selfish motivations for starting the Crusades, and they used religion as the motivator to get people involved in their cause. Whether or not you believe the Crusades to be selfishly motivated or not, there is a bigger question that can cover this debate. Is there such thing as a holy war in general? We know that a war is a conflict waged between groups based on their differences, and we also know that many religions teach their followers to defend their beliefs, but also that some religious beliefs are about accepting others. So that kind of gives like a gray area. If a holy war is you fighting for your beliefs, but your beliefs are you shouldn't fight at all, then is there such thing as a holy war? And that's kind of the question that I'm asking you. Due to this, some people will say and argue that a holy war is real because you can stand up for your beliefs and you can fight for your beliefs, while others will argue that war in general goes against all religious beliefs and therefore a holy war is not real. You're going to analyze the prologue or the events leading up to the Crusades by watching a video, and then you're going to answer the questions below related to the video. So again, you're going to open up this YouTube link. It's going to give you an awesome ad probably at first. And it's like a cartoon video that tells you about the events of the Crusades. No ad this time. So you watch this video and there are attached questions. There is some important info that you guys should know before watching this video. Number one, when it says Turks, it's talking about Muslim people. So it refers to the Turks several times in that video. That means Muslim people. Everybody else below, Hungary, the Franks, the Crusaders, the Byzantine Empire, the Germanic people, they were almost all Christians. And there were also some friendly Turks to the Christians as well. That's really important to know as you watch that video. So the 5 questions you're answering. Number 1, the first place that Peter's Crusaders visited was Hungary. What did they do there? And do their actions support Christian behavior? And I give you the timestamp. Number 2, what issues arose between the Crusaders and the Byzantine Empire, and why was this strange? Number 3, what groups of people lived in Nicomedia, and what was strange about the actions of the Crusaders while in Nicomedia? Number 4, what mistakes did the German Crusaders make when taking over the castle, and what were they forced to do when they surrendered? And number 5 is just, were the Crusaders holy people? I'm asking you for a claim, reason, one piece of evidence, one piece of reasoning, and you can use anything from the whole video. Because you guys are watching this video, I do want to help you out by modeling number 3. Just so I can show you what I'm looking for in terms of complete sentences and in terms of answering the question. So question for number 3 is, what groups of people lived in Nicomedia, and what was so strange about the actions of the Crusaders while in Nicomedia? So the answer is, mainly Christian people lived in Nicomedia. The actions of the Crusaders towards these people are strange because the Crusaders attacked, and pillaged. Pillage means you stole a bunch of things. The city of Nicomedia and the surrounding Christian areas. This is strange because the Crusaders were supposed to be fighting for Christians and not against them. Great. So mainly Christian people lived in Nicomedia. I answered the first part of the question. The actions of the Crusaders towards these people are strange because, and then I give you what the actual Crusaders did. They attacked and pillaged the city of Nicomedia and the surrounding Christian areas. And then I explain, why is that actually even strange? Well, this is strange because the Crusaders are supposed to be fighting for Christians and not against them. Okay? So again, you're going to watch that whole video. There are 5 questions to answer. But the main point of the video is just to tell you that the actions of the Crusaders really, they weren't great. And in fact, the Crusaders ended up harming a lot of their own people and a lot less of the people that they actually set out to go against. So again, make sure when you finish answering all of these questions in complete sentences, you're pressing this turn in button. If you need any help, make sure you're going to your Google Meets at 10:30 a.m. or you're emailing Mr. Woods or I for extra help. All right, we are more than willing to be able to help you guys during our free time. Okay? Good luck, guys, and if you need anything, please reach out.